What's good, Brotherhood Podcast? CFOS here, bringing you another episode with a big addition to our team. Someone who's from South Sudan, played at the NBA Academy, youngest player to play in the Olympics this year, 7'2", 17-year-old freak in nature, Khaman Maluach. Appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
You had a incredible summer. Obviously, you were at the Olympics. How was the Olympics? Talk to us about what did you like to do there? What did you do on your off time? Like, how was it?
I mean, first of all, Olympics was an amazing experience, unbelievable. It's really once in a lifetime experience. That's how I would say it. But most of my free times, I actually watched other sports. Like when I got knocked out, that's when I really got to see other sports like beach volleyball and just tour around Paris with my team. That's what I really did. Like in my free time, because at first I was in a different village. And then when I moved to the village in Paris, I got to meet other athletes from different sports.
Yeah. What was your favorite sport outside of basketball?
Beach volleyball.
Beach
Say that,
volleyball.
yeah, I was the best.
Yeah.
Like, I was really good.
You actually played?
No, I watched.
Oh, you just watched?
Yeah, just watched.
You obviously played against obviously my favorite players and some of the best players in the world. How was that experience? Any like interactions with any of those guys that you remember forever?
I mean, like, I really cherish that, like playing with those guys at my age and getting to get on the same floor as them. Like, I didn't really realize that during the game until the game was finished, and I was like, wow, I just played against LeBron James, and this is like, in my head, is the greatest player of all time that I know. So I'm like, I just played against LeBron James, Embiid, AD, the guys I always looked up to. Those are like the bigs I watched. So me playing against them, like being on the same floor, like motivated me more.
Yep. Yeah, you did phenomenal. You definitely competed with those guys.
Yeah.
How did it feel like representing your country? I know the president, South Sudanese president, invited you when you invited you back. How was it? How did it feel?
I mean, it's a special feeling going back home and seeing everybody happy, like seeing my people coming together, no more tribalism, and everybody together in one place. Though we don't have like the facilities like indoor courts, we still did our stuff outside, like outdoor courts, and everybody was so happy. The whole country was hyped. Like, my favorite moment is like I was on the bus where like it's like a parade, bro.
Yeah.
So we did this parade, and then we passed by the military camp, and all like the military guys stopped like whatever they were doing, and then they started dancing. Like, that's like my best moment I saw. Like,
Yeah. So you said there's no really indoor courts in South Sudan. So like what training camp to get ready for Olympics? It was all outside, or
yes. So we did it in another country. We did it in Rwanda. So we did our training camp in Rwanda.
Oh, okay, so it was more indoors.
Yeah, it was. They had an indoor facility.
J-Rob was out there too.
Yeah, J-Rob was there with us, and my team really liked him. Everybody was like, J-Rob should stay and go to the Olympics with us, but then he had to come back because everybody was already here.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So throughout the Olympic Games and the process, what did you learn about your game that you want to improve on?
I mean, it's a couple of stuff. I really felt like there was a big difference between me and the rest of the players, but I felt like I belong there. I feel like I belong where they are, and a couple of stuff like I need to polish, whether it's my game, my IQ, how much I think of the game more, and then take it to the next level. And some other part of it is like my strength. That's like physically, like I gotta work on my strength and keep on getting stronger, because those guys were really strong.
For sure. So as we all know, well, some of us know, Luol Deng is like the president of the South Sudanese basketball team. He obviously played here a long time ago. How did you meet? Did he play a role into you coming to Duke?
I wouldn't say that. Like, I wouldn't say he played a big role of me coming to Duke. I really came to Duke because I love this place and I wanted to tell my story at Duke. That's like one of the main reasons I came here. And while I was going through my process, I would ask him a couple of questions, like, what is Duke like? What's the experience? What is it like? A couple of questions I asked him, like, is it a real brotherhood as they say it? But then he really told me, like, it's a real brotherhood. And then I came here and I saw it myself when I visited, and I really loved Duke for Duke. Yeah, so, I mean, that was obviously a great experience at the Olympics. So now, back on campus a few days ago, like a week ago, back on East Campus. How's your dorm? How you like it so far? Man, I love my dorm, bro. It's like got space and get to meet other freshmen, other guys who are good at what they do, and just walk around East Campus, like maybe play soccer with the guys and just get to meet new people and see new faces.
Yep. What's your setup like over there? Who's your suite mate? You got a suite mate or?
Yeah, Darren is my suite mate.
Yeah.
So Darren is my suite mate, and our room's like on this side, and then Pat and the rest of the guys are on the other end of the building.
Oh, so y'all pretty close. So you can hang out with the guys.
Same floor.
So back when you were living in South Sudan or Senegal, how did you find out about Duke and how did you watch it?
To me, honestly, like I've known Duke like a couple of years after I started basketball. So I started basketball like 2019, and then around 2020, 2021, that's when I knew about Duke because I saw videos of Zion, like him dominating and then dunking. That was like in high school. So when I checked and then I found that this guy went to Duke, and that's how I got to know Duke. And I researched more and I found out, Duke has a lot of NBA players and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, not knowing that.
So Zion was pretty much the earliest memory you had of Duke basketball.
Yes.
And so when I first met Khaman, he told me an interesting story. I want you to tell everybody about the how you knew you were going to come to Duke. Remember you flipping the coin?
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
Because it was really a hard process. Like I'd never seen anything like that. Like such big programs, like schools, like powerhouses. So I visited every school, and then
you visited Kansas,
Kentucky, UCLA,
and
Duke. Yes.
Yep.
So it came down to 3 schools. It came down to UCLA and Duke and Kansas. So then I cut it down to 2, and then when I cut it down to 2, like before I even cut it down to 2, I wake up in the morning and I'd be like, I'm going to Duke. And then at noon, I'd be like, oh no, I'm going to Kansas. And then before I go to sleep, I'm like, I'll go to UCLA. So like that, it kept on, and I couldn't sleep. So when I cut it down to 2 schools, came to Kansas and Duke, and then I couldn't decide where to go. Like I'm scared. I'm scared of making like this mistake and this mistake. And then I was like, all right, I'll just get a coin and flip it. So I got a coin. So I was like, Duke this side and Kansas this side. So I flipped the coin. And then the craziest part, the coin fell on Kansas side. So when it fell on Kansas side, I was disappointed. Yeah. That's how I knew like I want to go to Duke. And I made up my mind. I was like, I'm going to Duke.
Yeah, it's incredible. Glad you're here, man. We need somebody like you. I mean, you obviously somebody. I haven't played with anybody with your skill set, be able to shoot the ball, run, screen, dunk, block, and change block shots. This guy's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Just tell us about your scouting report. Like what's your game like? What kind of player are you?
I'd say mostly I start on defense because most of my games, if I don't really play well defensively, like my offensive side goes down. So I always try and bring the energy on defense because at the end of the day, though I have a bad game on the offensive side, but I have like 13 boards and 6 blocks. That would be a good game for me. So I'm a defensive guy, and I can switch on guards and offensive side. Like I bring the energy, I can screen, I can pick and pop, and I'll crash for the boards mostly.
Yep. How did you start playing basketball? Like who influenced you on this?
It's my story is kind of different. Like I found like the influence later, couple, because I started playing basketball. I saw this camp. I found a lot of tall kids and guys who are taller than me. I'd never seen that, like a lot of tall people in one place. And that's how I started playing basketball. And not until like a couple of months later, because at first I was playing for fun, but I didn't know it would change my life. So I started playing basketball, and then I came across some videos of Giannis. And then I saw Giannis. He came from Greece, this guy, skinny, and then he goes in the league, and then he's the back-to-back MVP, and he's winning Defensive Player of the Year. So Giannis like really motivated me when I was back there. I'm like, if he can really make it, then I can really make it too and have a lot of impact where I'm from.
Yeah. So you would say Giannis is your biggest inspiration in your basketball career?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. What are you working on? Like, what are you trying to improve in your game this summer, or like right now before the season starts?
Yeah, right now is just getting to know the college basketball game, because it's really different from how we play back in overseas, because overseas is more like a different game, and the spacing is different compared to here. We have a different basketball. The ball the other side is kind of heavy. Yeah. So when I get here, like I have to adjust like with low energy, and the 3-point as 2 is close. So I'm adjusting with all that, and that's what I'm working on my summer, so that when the season is there, like I'm used to the ball and I'm used to the basketball.
So you said the 3-point line back there is farther.
Yeah, it's farther.
Is it the NBA
Yeah,
or
it's the
it's
yeah,
just
it's
NBA?
NBA
Everybody
line.
plays NBA.
Yeah, so we play NBA line. Only FIBA, like FIBA has a different line, but we play NBA line.
Yeah. How did you follow Duke in Uganda? Like, was it available to watch on TV or YouTube or?
I mean, like before I went to the academy, it was really hard because you gotta subscribe like connection. So when you subscribe connection, then you use YouTube, like the connection gets quick and it's so expensive. So they would give you like a pay cut, like they'll give you like a discount if you buy a certain bundles at night. So if you buy bundles like at 12 midnight, they'll give you a lot. So that's what I used to do. Like I'd buy bundles 12 midnight and just watch basketball and get to watch like the NBA finals, like the NBA finals, the one in the bubble. So
Yeah.
so that's what I used to do. But then when now Duke started recruiting me, that's when I really went like to watch like either its previous games or games happening live, because most of the games were really late on my side, but I still stayed up to watch all of them.
Yeah. So obviously you haven't been here this summer, but I know you've been watching practice, watching on what we post on social media. What are your thoughts on the team so far? What are keys for us to be successful?
I've seen a couple. I've seen a lot of practices. I wouldn't say I saw all, but I saw a couple of practices, and I feel like our team is very talented. We have everything we need, and what will really take us like to the next level is like us being together, because we got everything. We got the talent and we got the motor.
Yeah.
So we gotta be more together, and that will
sure.
come with time.
That's gonna come with time.
Yeah.
Yep. So when did you first come to the U.S. and what was your first impression? Like what city? I think you told me you came to the All-Star game. Was it last year? Or
This year.
This year?
Yeah, but that wasn't like my first time in the States. My first time in the States was like 2021, and we were going for these NBA Academy games, like preparation games. We just come in America and play.
Yeah. Where was it at?
So it was in Utah. So, but we passed through New York. So we have this video thing. It's called a VO. So I was carrying the VO, and it's like it would look like a briefcase. So that was like my first time in America. So we passed through New York, and then I was like, wow, I'm in New York. And then we went to Utah. And then, because I was expecting America to be different, and then I'm reaching in Utah, and it's very cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never seen snow in my life, and I've never experienced that difference, like the weather difference. Like I've never experienced it, and I was like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
Because it was like in the winter, and snow was too much.
Yeah, so you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Durham so far? Like, what do you do outside of practice? I know you play. He's a phenomenal FIFA player. He plays FIFA, I think, every day, probably.
So like, when nobody was on campus, like it was really different. But now it's like there are other fan activities, like playing with other freshmen, like different games.
Soccer outside.
There's these games like
spike ball.
I played spike ball too the other day. But there's this game. It's like a plate, but you throw it like this.
Frisbee.
Yeah, frisbee. So I like playing that game too. So that's what I do outside of basketball and just hang around with my teammates.
Yes, sir. Tell us about, we're going to go into the quick hitters. So these are just quick questions. Just answer them.
Yeah.
Why did you choose number 9?
Number 9, I chose number 9 because Khan took number 7, I wanted to wear number 7 in college.
Yeah.
But then I chose 9 because it's 6. So I wear at 6 on my national team. So 6, you flip it like this, is 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any nicknames? I know we call you Man. Man is his new nickname that we gave him this summer. Any other nicknames?
That's the only nickname I have, Man.
Yeah. What languages do you speak?
I speak Luganda, I speak English, I speak Dinka. Like Dinka is my native language, and I speak a little bit of Swahili, and I understand a little bit of French. Yeah.
Favorite spot on Duke campus so far?
Favorite East Campus.
East Campus?
Yeah.
Last song you listened to?
Last song I listened to is Afrobeat.
Afrobeat?
Yeah, Davido, Phil.
Best advice you ever received?
Best, stay where your feet are.
Stay where your feet are.
Yeah.
Only thing you can't live without?
Only thing I can't live without is a basketball.
Yeah, basketball. Me too.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show ever?
I recently watched Avatar. I watched Avatar, but one of my favorites, I'll probably say Game of Thrones and Sons of Anarchy.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Favorite brand?
Favorite band, like shoe brand or Nike.
Yeah, Nike.
Yeah.
You watch Netflix?
Yeah.
What's the last show you watched on Netflix?
Avatar.
Avatar. Favorite quote or motto? Stay where your feet are.
Yeah, like a quote.
Yeah, quote.
Um, like in the morning, like the one I really love is like in the morning, like on my mirror I have like never forget how far you came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite childhood memory.
With childhood memories, me just playing with my brothers and probably going to the arcade. That would,
Okay.
yeah, I think that's my favorite childhood moment.
Favorite social media platform.
Say Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Favorite NBA player.
Favorite NBA player. I have a couple, Giannis and Joel Embiid.
Will Embiid. Name one thing on your bucket list. Like what you want to do.
What I want to do, I mean, I really want to try skydiving, but I'm too tall for that.
Yeah.
So I'll try something else. I don't know. Yeah.
App you use most often on your phone. Snapchat.
I'd say YouTube
YouTube.
because I watch a lot of basketball on YouTube.
If you could go back in a time machine, where would you go?
Wow, that's a hard question. Like, if I'm to go back in a time machine to watch myself or
You
to
could
be
go
myself?
like to a different, like what years back, like 100 years back or 100 years forward in the future.
That's a tough question.
Or you could go back to your childhood. You could go back anywhere.
I think I would really go back to my childhood to really see how I started playing basketball. Yeah, so and maybe go back in time to watch Kobe because I've never seen Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite pro athlete that's not a basketball player.
Favorite pro athlete
Holland, bro.
must be Haaland. I think Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Favorite pro team.
Like
Like outside non-basketball.
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Man City. Holland.
Not Man City. I mean Manchester United.
Oh, Manchester. I'm tripping.
Yeah, United.
Man City and Manchester. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
different.
rivalries.
Who plays on Man City?
Man City is Haaland.
Who? I mean, United.
United. They have Rashford. They have
Oh, yeah.
Sancho and
But
Anthony.
we're Bellingham player.
Bellingham is in
England.
Real Madrid, but it's English.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite Duke player of all time.
Favorite Duke player of all time. I'll say Luol Deng.
Who?
Luol.
Luol Deng.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into questions that we asked Duke Nation that they want to ask you.
Yeah.
So Clay Duke 23 said, "Why did you choose Duke?"
And I chose Duke because I wanted to tell my story at Duke, and I felt like it's the best program for me, and it's the best place. Like, yeah.
Yes, sir. Colton said, "What is the most important thing for you outside of basketball?"
Family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian Blair, biggest surprise since you've been on campus?
Biggest surprise since I've been on campus. Like a surprise? Probably like when we got the gear. Yeah.
Yeah. Nolan, age 9. What is your favorite sport growing up before basketball?
Soccer. It's called football, but they call it soccer in America.
Yeah. Nick said, favorite food in South Sudan?
Kombo and kisra. So it's a South Sudanese food. Like, that's our main dish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hunter Anderson, coolest non-basketball athlete you met at the Olympics?
Like shook hands and all that stuff. I met Van Dyke, but he wasn't at the Olympics. I saw the gyms. She does gymnastics. She's
Simone
really known.
Biles?
Yes.
Yes,
So I
sir.
saw it too.
Abuki, who is the most competitive player on this year's Duke team? I don't think you've been here enough to.
I think I've really watched from most competitive. I'd say Khan.
Khan?
Yeah.
Funniest Duke teammate?
Pat.
Pat.
Yeah.
Nathan Brown said, how do the NBA Academy workouts compare to Duke workouts?
It's really different because we do like different workouts. The other side we do like more of individual, but here we do more of team stuff, and like we do what translates to the game, to what you need right now. So it's kind of different because this is the next level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wade Pickard said, favorite thing about being a Duke basketball player?
It's just like the Duke Nation, man. Like,
Yeah, the
you go,
fans.
like when I was at the Olympics, the fans and everybody. When I was at the Olympics, I'd meet a lot of people and they'd be like, "Oh, I went to Duke," and I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Even Adam Silva, I didn't know Adam Silva went to Duke. When
Yeah,
I
it's
met him,
everywhere.
I was like, I went to Duke.
Yes, sir. Well, that's it. Duke Nation, it's Khaman Maluach. Expect big things from this year.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great year.
Yes, sir.
And we're working hard day one.